Alright, I'm happy with how that eye turned out. I'll take it. It looks like she hasn't been sleeping well.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. She hasn't.
Ever.
Yeah. Oh my god, get in. Go into the hole. Get in the hole.
Haraway to Richter. Anyway. I drew on the wrong layer again. Hold on.
Have you seen the meme from Road to El Dorado where it's like, "Sir, you have to stop drawing. Why? You're on the wrong layer." And the last frame is like the layer, they turn off the layer and it's all messed up.
That's kind of amazing. Full disclosure, I actually haven't seen Road to El Dorado.
Ben, you need to see it.
I've heard it's hilarious.
It's hilarious, and don't judge me for this. The soundtrack makes me cry now.
I love that you still think we judge you for crying.
Well, I never know. Sometimes I work with judgy people. Ooh, that one.
Yeah, no, we're not here being like, nut up already.
Yeah, that one was very bleedy. Very bleedy marker. Ooh, here.
My brain immediately went to Zap Brannigan. Oh, I'm sorry. You're crying like a woman. I do, in an upcoming D&D game, I'll be playing a scoundrel and have a beleaguered thief as my buddy. And I basically explain to them, like, here's how we figure out the character. I'm Zap Brannigan and you're Kif. And they didn't get the reference, so I had to send them a compilation. They were like, okay, yes, you're correct.
Speaking of game changers, on Instagram, someone had made like a very short animatic of the courtroom scene from Has-Been. But it was the lawyer defending the person. They're like, is my client a perfect man? No, I killed him.
Yeah, I killed him, yeah.
It's,
what the fuck are you doing?
It's Charlie defending Angel. And Sarah is the one at the end who just loses their shit laughing.
That is pretty great.
I'll have to send it to you later.
That is a fun crossover. So far, I've only seen one Has-Been Hotel reference on Dropout thing, which is honestly surprising.
The Tim Curry and Hot Topic one?
Yes.
We're back, baby!
Just realized, are their hair the same color? No. Slightly different.
Can you pull up Richter and Haraway's character designs?
I'll make them side by side. They're probably actually pretty close, because there was kind of a limited palette to...
So, Richter's hair actually, specifically from that angle, because there's more light hitting it, you could probably play with making it a lighter color.
Let me see if that's the color I already had.
It's interesting because when I look at Haraway's hair, the way that they render her hair, it almost looks like she's kind of graying prematurely. But Richter, on the other hand, I don't know, it looks more youthful. I don't know.
Because there's just so damn much of it.
Am I crazy?
You know, I think it's just that her hair... I think the way his hair curls, it's probably catching light more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna actually... I've been starting from... I grabbed Haraway's hair from the lightest color. I think I just should grab it from a darker color. The funny thing is, when I print it, it's probably going to be exactly the same.
Yeah. Oh my god, proofing is so freaking hard.
Yes. Why did that happen?
Although, it's funny, the last two, the prints I had of Charlie and Charlie and Baggy and Husk and Angel.
Mm-hmm.
I barely had to color proof those. I opened them up in Photoshop on my work computer, and I converted it to CYMK. Literally nothing changed. But then I did the Hatsune Miku print. Everything got desaturated to shit.
I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there in case any non-artists happen to see this. What we're talking about is a very important process you need to start doing if you do any color stuff.
Yes.
So one thing a lot of people don't understand is that there are different color spaces, and the colors you see on a screen can't always be replicated by a printer.
Which you would think that a digital piece that uses predominantly a CYMK color palette would be able to print perfectly on a CYMK printer. Not so!
No. So, for the science of it a little bit, when you're getting color off a screen, what's happening is it's making color from light. So basically it's starting at 0, no light, that's black. And as you add light, it eventually builds to white, and you're adding together red, green, and blue to make a huge variety of colors. When you're printing something, you're doing it by adding ink to a white page. So it's the exact opposite process. 0 is white, 100 is black. And they're using different colors. They figured out that using cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, which they call K, because they don't want to use B because that's used for blue and other stuff.
Right.
Basically allows you to make another range of colors. And what people don't realize is the same colors don't necessarily exist in both settings.
Oh, are we talking about like print process versus publishing webcomics?
Oh, yeah.
We're just discussing proofing and why it's important to like print test stuff to make sure that your colors actually look the same.
Yes, absolutely.
And I started mansplaining a little, which I apologize for.
No, I appreciate it because I have been in the position of trying to explain to my students because one of the assignments for digital painting, part of the assignment was they had to do a color test strip. Like they could not get, they had to get a test strip and they had to show it to me to show, hey, I experimented with the settings and these are the results I got. And if they didn't do that, then they didn't get doc points or anything, but I had to explain, okay, so this is where you messed up in the process, and that's why your colors didn't turn out the way you wanted. And they were like, but it costs money to do a test strip. And I go, I know, but it also costs money to have to reprint your it doesn't come out right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is one of those things that, I mean, honestly, the simplest thing you can do is get a home printer that's comparatively inexpensive. And just, do it yourself.
Yep.
I will also say, there are people who have some opinions on some of this stuff. My buddy Abe has done yeah, you know Abe. No, Abe is fantastic and actually has worked in print shops and really knows his stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a great resource with regards to working in print. He can go...
Yeah, no. He definitely can he has opinions TM.
Yes.
But one of those opinions is when working in things in digital art and anything like that, he says never use the CMYK setting.
To make the art?
To either make the art or don't bother converting it to CMYK, because he says the problem is when you're looking at it on a screen, it's never CMYK. Because it can't do it. It can only approximate it. So he says there's no point in converting it to CMYK because then the file is going to be showing it to you in RGB and is going to convert to CMYK when it prints anyway, so just going to convert again. That's the short version of that.
You said that, and my brain kind of, it ground to a halt for a second, and I was like, holy shit.
That happens to me a lot talking to Abe.
As the Weekenders would put it, wow, it's like your lips were moving, but all I heard was the blam, 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 blam.
No, I mean, here's the sad thing. The beginning of it, I got what he was trying to say, because technically, the screens are RGB. So even if you convert to CYMK, like obviously you still should convert to CYMK or CMYK or however the hell you say it, because that's what's going to show up on the paper. But I can see the logic where it's like, if the computer screen cannot replicate CYMK, then how can you expect it to be true to what you would get in a print?
That's pretty much it. And he actually says, like, you never convert to CMYK because when it goes to print, it's going to do a conversion anyway, even if you tell it it's CMYK. Like,
honestly,
the only way to tell is to actually do a test print.
I was about to say, honestly, if you're working with an outside printer, the best tip to give is ask your outside printer what files to work with.
That is more correct.
Yes.
because like, it's good general advice, but at the same time, like...
Yeah.
Like, you go with what the printer tells you because they know their system.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is... Hashtag not sponsored. This is one of the reasons why I love working with CapPrint, is because before they charge you, they will send you a proof of your print. And I actually, before I learned that you need to do conversions, I actually ordered a print and they sent it to me and I'm like, these colors are all wrong. And I got on customer support with them and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry, like there was a mistake. And they go, oh, well, what's the color profile? And I'm like, oh, it says it's RGB. And they explained it not in a super condescending way. They were just like, oh, well, here's what you need to send it as. And this is why you need to send it like that. And another test print, but just convert the file and then send it to us and we can make adjustments. And I'm like, oh, well, awesome.
Yep. A good printer, that's what they'll do. So it's good to know that CapPrint does that and that they can actually, like, help you with that process. That's good to know.
Yes.
I've not worked with CapPrint yet, but I'm thinking about it.
I need to work with them again because they can do foil printing.
Ooh.
And I would love to play with that. I haven't ordered anything through them since the Shape of Water zine I was in.
Ooh.
Because I printed my piece on some holographic paper and it looked really pretty.
I finally saw The Shape of Water.
Thoughts?
One of my new favorite movies of all time.
Yes!
I still need to see it.
Not just because of the monster fuckery, but like, honestly, Guillermo del Toro has not failed me so far as being a filmmaker.
I'm kind of in the opposite position in that for whatever reason, I have so much respect for him as a filmmaker. I have had a hard time clicking with most of the things of his I've seen.
Really? Well,
I know.
What of his have you seen?
Let's see. I've seen. I saw Pan's Labyrinth. I saw. For some reason, the only other thing that's come to mind is Blade 2, which is not a good example.
Oh no! Yeah, no.
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I've seen some of his stuff, but like I remember Pan's Labyrinth really didn't work for me at the time. Now I think I need to see it again because I've started to learn more about the specific. I've learned a little bit more about the specific time period all that takes place in.
Yes.
And it makes it a lot more interesting to me. But it's one of those things where the first time I saw it, I think I went into it expecting the wrong thing and it just didn't click with me.
Okay.
But yeah, like I've been meaning to see The Shape of Water, but it's just one of those things where it's like I really want to like this director because he seems awesome.
Yeah, no, of his movies I've seen Pan's Labyrinth was his first that I saw.
Yeah.
I've seen Crimson Peak, Pacific Rim. Oh my god, I love Crimson Peak. I love Crimson Peak so fucking much. It's so good. The gothic horror vibes, immaculate.
Yes.
I've also seen he did the stop motion movie Pinocchio that came out within the last.
I've heard that's good.
It's so good.
It's good.
It's honestly my favorite Pinocchio retelling. I think. Yeah.
It is. Ben, you would really like that. I think you would enjoy it immensely.
It's better than Never After.
I've not seen Never After. I really should. I actually started rewatching Burrow's End recently because I was sick and I needed a comfort watch, and Burrow's End is my comfort watch, weirdly, but it works.
That's a great comfort watch.
It really is.
All right.
Because it's little cozy animals. And there's definitely nothing ferocious about the forest. It's not like there's nuclear fallout giving all of the stoats magical powers. It's not like there's humans on the edge of the forest who are trying to get back to the nuclear plant site, trying to figure out why there was a nuclear meltdown. None of that. No.
It's not like it came right after
magical stoats.
It's not like it came out right after the ostensibly horror series of Dimension 20 and had a scene so scary that Brennan had to walk out for a minute.
Yeah.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
He hammed it up a little bit. He literally just stood up and said goodbye and walked out.
Yeah. He just said goodbye and walked away. And that scene was in Burrow's End. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh my. I cannot wait to get to
very
that
good.
part. I'm so looking forward to re-listening to that part because, like, that radio play was so good.
Yeah, and like honestly, Chloe, you'll have fun with it because you like horror also. So.
Well, now full disclaimer, I'm still fairly new to horror.
Yeah.
And for context, this is kind of interesting. Anything to do with like nuclear stuff, I have to go in small doses because that caters to a very specific part of fear for me. That which like before I could watch the Fallout show, I had to tell my sister, and I'm like, you need to describe in explicit detail how intense the imagery gets because if it's going to give me a panic attack, I cannot watch it.
Yeah, I get that. Like even people who like horror, there are specific things you're like, no, this is a trigger for me. I can't do it.
Yeah. I will say if misophonia is a trigger for you, Burrow's End might be a hard listen.
What's misophonia?
Like mouth noises, like sucking sounds and gagging noises and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Shinri just talked about that. I think that should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, because episode one, the stoats are basically smoked out of the Red Warren by a mystery smoke, a la Once Upon a Forest.
Shit!
And pretty much all of the stoats except the main cast just suffocate and die.
Oh god!
And there's a lot of like gagging and coughing in that first episode.
Another thing that might be relevant is this is basically a D&D Let's Play, so you're not seeing as much. They've got a lot of really good graphics and things like that in there, but a lot of it's just talking about it. I don't know if that makes a difference.
It might. I did finally get through the majority of Calamity. Calamity
nice.
took me a long time to give it a chance because of like when the story takes place, I was kind of like, okay, that might be a thing I catch on the replay. And so I microdosed it, and then eventually I started listening to longer versions of it, and I was like, okay, I can handle this.
Oh, I love Calamity. Just the Madam, your ex-husband is at the door.
The dragon bit. The dragon bit is so funny.
Yes. Yeah. I love the dragon bit. I am the last dragon, and you will do what I say.
I love the part it's like,
that's right, the fuck I say. I mean, that's just Lou being excellent.
That's Lou being Lou.
Lou being Lou. No, and of course, pleased to meet you. My name is Bolo.
Oh my god, Bolo!
This bag is not giving food. Can you destroy?
This bag is giving me attitude.
The whole bit with Travis, Sirit, and his son.
Talent to wingspan.
That part destroyed me. The why are you lying? Like, it's so
not
good.
That part. That part's really good too. But I'm talking about when you first meet the kid. He's like, this is Talon the wingspan.
I love that. I love that bit so much. Don't engage with that. She's engaging in black witchcraft.
I knew it.
All right. I think we're done with core color.
Ooh. So going back to horror, that's one of the things I really like about Paranormasight is the way that it handles horror, I think, is actually quite tasteful.
Yes.
Yes. Very true.
It definitely deals with some hard topics, though.
Yes.
Like,
It does. Child abduction, for one.
Yep. It's interesting because, shockingly, PARANORMASIGHT is not the darkest Japanese horror game that I have viewed.
I mean, probably
it's
not
not
for me
Higurashi.
either.
Higurashi is close.
Okay.
Higurashi is more psychological horror.
Okay.
When it does incorporate, like, more visceral horror, it's in small doses.
Okay.
Probably, like, I would have to say the most graphic, not counting Silent Hill, because I've only seen a little bit of Silent Hill, and that's more, like, catered to, like, Western
Yeah.
horror.
I'll be honest. The first time I encountered Silent Hill, I had a roommate in college that was like obsessed with that game series, and then I saw the cutscene where Pyramid Head rapes one of the monsters, and I was like, I need a new roommate.
The interesting thing is, like, oh no, I'm thinking Resident Evil. Yeah, Silent Hill is not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to give it a shot, but oh wait, I actually am gonna give it a shot because I am willing to try the new Silent Hill game that's coming out in around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Because-
debating. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, and the reason why I'm giving it a shot is because it is written by the author of Higurashi.
Oh, that is interesting. Yeah. I tried playing Silent Hill 2 a long time ago, and I was very new to survival horror games at the time,
Yeah.
and I could not get used to the control scheme, which is such a lame reason not to play it. But
just a bit.
I watched other people play it, and I was like, okay, this game's amazing. I just can't get into it. They just re-released Silent Hill 2, and I've heard mostly good things. So I've thought about streaming it, actually.
You should.
That is the one with the Pyramid Head stuff, though. So
Yes.
Yeah.
If you do that, I'm probably going to be noping out of that one, just full disclosure.
absolutely fair.
Okay.
Going back to the horror discussion, probably the most
Yeah.
graphic Japanese horror game that I have seen, and this is not a good example. I would probably have to say Corpse Party, because in every iteration of Corpse Party, the story goes places. I do not think it handles it with the same grace that games like PARANORMASIGHT do.
Yeah.
And I think they play it way too much for shock value.
I will say, Corpse Party has kind of been on my list, but the things you've told me about it have kind of made me go, I'm not so sure.
If you do give it a shot, just play the first game. Do not touch any of the sequel content.
I didn't even know there were sequels, actually.
Yeah, the sequels make everything in the first game. The first game, I would give, like, a solid, like... I would give it, like, a passing grade of, like, a C. Because I do think that the ending has some merit. But, that being said, it suffers from a lot of anime bullshit that makes it really hard to rewatch and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that's been lower on my list because I've actually watched a Let's Play of it.
Oh, who did you watch? Which version did you watch?
Markiplier.
Oh, okay. So for context, Markiplier played the original remaster of the original RPG Maker game.
Yeah.
My exposure was through the remake, with all new graphics and such.
That gets so damn complicated.
Yeah. So, the version that I was exposed to was Corpse Party Blood Covered.
I wonder which version I was looking at, because I was looking at it in the Steam store.
If it's
I'll
on
have
the
to double
Steam,
check.
if it's on the Steam store, it's most definitely Blood Covered.
And that's a version I should avoid.
I mean, see that
Presumably, if there's one to avoid.
that's kind of hard. So without giving spoilers, if you want the original experience,
Okay.
the version that Markiplier played is probably the one that you want to give a try. if you want a version with better graphics and one of the characters has a much more engaging storyline, then I would recommend the remaster. That being said, it only gets like a C to D grade from me. So maybe try other horror games of better quality.
I'll throw another one out there because I'm curious, and I know it has some similar theming issues. And I never know how to pronounce it correctly, but Misao.
Okay, so the thing about Misao, it is by the creator of Misao made a game before that called Mad Father.
Yep, that one's definitely on the list.
Heard of that? Yep.
You need to play Mad Father before you play Misao, because there are characters in both that show up in both games.
That's one I've definitely thought about streaming because I thought there aren't a ton of different characters, but I think we'd have fun voicing some of it.
Those games are kind of like the horror in both games is played. They don't play with it like, oh, we're so edgy. They're kind of like, we know what we're doing, and what we're doing is just making something a little schlocky and a little goofy.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely has some goofy things to it, from what I've seen.
Yes.
I rather like the goofy stuff.
It can be. I will say this. Mad Father is it's enjoyable. The last 5 minutes of the game are either going to make or break it for you.
I'm familiar with what happens because, again, I watched a Let's Play of it. But, yeah, it's one that I think would be fun to play as a group, in part because I think Kelsey will be our barometer for the new stuff.
Yeah. The thing about Misao is schlocky horror, but again, much like Corpse Party, it tackles subject matter that needs to be treated in a sensitive way, and they handle it with the grace of a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty honestly, I hate to stereotype it, but that happens so much in Japanese games, especially with horror.
Yeah.
Especially with RPG Maker horror games.
Yeah.
Because it's entirely independently produced. Like there's no there's no committee to be like, hey,
and no sensitivity readers or players to look at it and be like,
no, this was long before sensitivity readers were a common thing.
Yep.
Which is why I adore Forest of Drizzling Rain, because it's one of those rare games where the writer handles the subject matter very delicately.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the reasons why, well, and this might be a source of contention. Excluding the bad endings, I think Watanohara handles the darker subject matter pretty well. It's not perfect, but it's not the worst by far.
Yeah. Forest of Drizzling Rain, I could see that being one of the next ones we do, actually. I've got it already, so it's ready to go.
And they just released a new remaster on Steam with an accurate translation. Because the original version that I was exposed to was fan-translated, and it was not fan-translated very well.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's always dicey.
Ooh.
It was still good. I still fell in love with it. But the new remaster should be, like, the definitive edition.
Man, remember back when fan translations were everything?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All according to Keikaku. Keikaku.
Oh, Ben, there's not shading on Richter Kai's sleeve cuff.
Right you are.
Yeah.
Yep. I wanted to point that out before you got too deep into highlighting.
I appreciate that. Actually, let me... This is dumb and didn't keep the color. There we go.
Well, hello, Miss Tattle.
Hi,
She keeps coming up to my chair because she's like, "You've been sitting here for a while. You need to take a break and pet me."
This isn't the This isn't a VR system. I can do whatever I want.
No, I appreciate that she interrupts me though, because it's like, oh man, when was the last time that I blinked?
It looks like you're trying to do a live stream. Would you like some help with that?
Oh, that's interesting.
What is?
Oh, so I was just looking at the Steam page for Forest of Drizzling Rain.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the creator has made some newer horror games that are quite different.
Ooh.
I was looking it up and I was like, oh shit, they made that?
All right, color me interested.
Oh shit!
What they make?
So they have a couple of games. It looks like so Forest of Drizzling Rain and Angels of Death are their Hallmark games, but
Okay.
they also made Sugu no Hi, which got really popular in the Let's Play community because a lot of VTubers played it.
Okay.
And literally all the game is you're walking left, and
And
as
that's
you
it?
as you walk left, the game drastically changes. And it looks like there's another game called Omusubi, and that looks quite different from their drawing style as well. It's a bit more realistic looking. It kind of looks like Paranormasight, but pixel.
Huh. That's interesting.
I'll have to see if there's any Let's Plays of that.
Ugh, ow. Okay.
But
Took
of
a
those,
break to stand
yeah.
up a bit. Yes.
of the games, like Forest of Drizzling Rain, like that might be my second favorite RPG Maker game of all time.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
And
Then
you
we
would-
definitely should play it at some point.
You would be shocked what number 1 is. It's not Watanahara.
Really? That's surprising.
Ib.
Yep.
I was gonna
I guess I'm not
please
shocked at
that,
all.
So.
Eve
We've
is
talked
a
enough about it that I'm like, yep, that's probably it.
Yep. Eve is a masterpiece. I would put Watanahara at like number 3.
Okay.
Character
The main
wise, it has the best characters, but Forest of Drizzling Rain is a more complete package.
Yeah. The main thing that stopped me from saying, oh yeah, let's just jump in and do Ib, is that it's tougher from a voicing perspective because there's just not much talking.
True.
Yeah.
But there
Hold
are
on.
3 characters.
I
That's
gotta
true.
look. I gotta look this game up now. It's just very simply IB. Is that it?
Yep.
Yes. The whole concept is you're a little girl lost in an art museum that starts coming to life.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking it up now because I want to look up. Okay, I'm looking up the like promotional images. Okay.
They actually just had they celebrated like a massive anniversary milestone in Japan recently. And they actually had an exhibition in a pop-up cafe,
Nice.
which
Good
for
on them.
which for an RPG Maker horror game, that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, I get the appeal just looking at the art of it. I'm like, okay, I get it. Oh,
Alright.
I just thought of this, Ben. I know that you typically do these backgrounds as almost like a watercolor splash kind of look, but you gotta incorporate TV static in some way.
Oh, that is a fun idea.
What about, because I've been playing with this a little bit, he could either apply a little bit of the chromatic aberration to the line art,
Ooh.
or he could add a noise filter.
Ooh.
I think noise filter's the way to go. I'm disinclined to do it to the line art because the line art already has a texture to it. I actually
Yeah.
tried to recreate a brush that works roughly like the brush they use for this.
Oh,
Because, let me see a good spot. Yeah, you can see they didn't have, like, clean line.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
it was-
roughly tried
Yeah.
to replicate that. Zoomed out, it looks more like it, but
I like it.
yeah. So I'm worried, but I'm worried about applying a filter to that. Applying a filter to the background, though, that's doable. In fact, let me change this to a... That might be too much. No, wait, that was better. But the layer underneath it, I bet I could do it. Filter.
I'm distracted by cat.
All right, smaller
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah, reduce the scaling and reduce the opacity of that layer. And maybe set it to screen.
Yeah, because right now it looks like it's a gray static, right? A
Yeah,
gray noise
let me-
filter.
Yeah. It looks like a gray
Screen.
noise filter.
50. Does it still show up? Looks like it kind of disappeared. What happens if I actually put it on top of some stuff?
Ooh.
There you go.
I kinda
That
like
gave it
that.
some texture.
Okay, just throwing it out there too. So underneath of the sub viewfinder, there's effect, and then there's those little buttons. Click on one of them changes the layer color. That
Ooh.
one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you, because that is an awesome feature.
Yeah, I love this feature so much.
Once again, I'm mad that I didn't know about this.
I am blowing y'all's mind this session.
You need to do like a tutorial series on like, because all the tutorials for Clip Studio Paint that I watch are like,
Yeah.
these are the brushes I use, or these are the blending techniques I use. They don't do this.
Yeah, just do like an intermediate Clip Studio Paint kind of lessons, being like, okay, so here's how you change the layer colors.
Yo, I would tune into every stream and like take notes.
All right.
I will make a note of that.
Try screen again, just see what happens. Now, wait. Drop it to... Screen keeps making it too bright. I think multiply is the way to go. See, I was just gonna leave the backsplash, and y'all gave me more work again. This is editing
You're
all
welcome.
over again.
You're welcome.
So, Ben, I had a thought. So I know you had talked about doing this print with Richter and Haruwe.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing any other dancing prints with any of the other couples?
I debated.
Not like specifically like romantic, but maybe like maybe some of the platonic pairs, or maybe like.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about what pairs would make sense in here. Honestly, Mayu and Hajime would be really good.
Oh my god, yes, please.
Oh my god.
I need to see those two dancing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I played with the other two ships too, thinking about it. I for some reason I know it's ironic. I have a hard time seeing Tetsuo dancing.
yeah, no, Tetsuo strikes me as the kind of guy who would have like two left feet.
It's funny because I literally sent you a video of me dressed as Tetsuo while dancing.
I haven't had the chance to see that yet.
Okay, but
I know
hear me
you,
out.
but I haven't watched it yet.
Hear me out.
Hmm.
Jun Ario giving Tetsuo dance lessons.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, that works better.
Yeah.
Do it as a dance lesson thing.
Yes.
I have.
I will
But-
pay you.
Wow. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Anyway. No, the other one I thought of, and I've done this type of fan art piece before a long time ago. I thought it'd be really fun to see a poker game with a bunch of them.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yes.
Yeah, mostly because I just wanted to have a shot of Richter winning and doing his happy pose with his arms in the air.
Yes, that'd be so cute. And then all the other characters are making like ooh woo faces because they lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Tetsuo is gonna have a great face. Like
Yep. I didn't think I'd lose this badly, a woo.
God, we haven't done an a woo in a long time.
I know. I miss it already.
I think I have an idea.
Are you gonna add an a woo face?
Not a big one.
Okay.
Oop. Nope, it's big. Hold on. There we go. No, I need to clean that up better.
That didn't.
Oh, I got the wrong brush. That's why.
Oh.
I was like,
Oh,
why'd that
that'll
look
do
so
it.
wrong? There we go.
Very subtle.
Very subtle.
Very
Little woo. But he's noticing the lighter. I like how hard it's going to be to spot the lighter.
Yeah.
Spot the lighter.
I'm going to do some more shading on Haraway's face. Unfortunately, I ran into a problem where Haraway's face looks weirdly huge just because part of it's cut off.
I almost wonder, real quick, save your progress.
I did? What's up?
I almost wonder, because right now it kind of looks like Haraway is staring at the camera. I wonder, like, what if you shifted the gaze so it looks like she's looking at Richter a bit more, and then that could also be like she's looking past him at the lighter.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, okay, let's do it. I was actually going to have it fill in the eye more instead, but I think your idea is better. Let's see.
Also, I can tell that you haven't saved for a little while because there's an asterisk next to the file name.
I literally just saved, so we're good.
Okay.
Right before, right before Chloe told me to save, and I hadn't made any significant changes.
Again, that's a thing. I can't tell if this is because I'm new to the program relatively, or if I'm just stupid. I can't tell anymore, and I'm upset. You're laughing, but I feel bad.
No, I'm not laughing at you. To be clear, I just love that I keep blowing your mind with the stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I've been using this program since like 2014, 2015, something like that. So I know so much of this already.
So how's that? That's looking towards the lighter specifically.
Yeah, I think that works a bit better.
Ooh, yeah. One thing that could help with the face feeling enormous, the chin could be tapered a little bit more.
So, cut off there maybe?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The other thing too, that I'm noticing is that, her lips, you can see almost all of her mouth and lips when I feel like they would be shifted a bit more towards his shirt.
Yes.
So it needs to go this way a little bit.
Yeah, so you can't see it because I'm not pointing at your screen. Her mouth is almost completely uncovered, but I feel like half of it should be, like the rest of her face, like half of it should be tucked behind his shirt.
Yes.
All right, let's see if I. Oh, it's not the color. That's not the brush. Go to the coloring layer.
This is good music, by the way.
Yeah, this is a Kevin MacLeod song. It's what we used for UFR, actually, in the branding.
Nice. Yeah, that fits, because Universal Flaws of Robotics, this is a very robot-like track.
Yeah, but it's got like a mystery feel to it, also.
Yeah.
I can also switch the track whenever you want. There's no playlist option here, so I just have to do it manually.
You're good. I like it.
If I could kindly request that we change it to something else, though, because this has been on loop for the last, 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, exactly. This is why I say, somebody say something, because I am not paying attention.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you. You don't have to change the tracks as frequently as I do when I do live streams. It's just that I noticed that this was a loop happening for the last 2 hours, and I was like, it needs to change.
Yeah, no, when I'm doing this on my own, I'm usually changing it a lot more often because I'm not talking to people.
Right.
So I'm actually paying attention to the music a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, so backtracking a couple hours, possibly.
Okay.
We were talking about Del Toro movies.
Yes.
Have you guys seen the trailer for his new movie?
I think so.
I have not. I don't typically watch trailers for new stuff. What's his new movie?
He's doing an adaptation of Frankenstein.
Yes, I've heard. I haven't seen the trailer, but I heard he's doing it. Isn't it? What's that guy's name?
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac?
Yes.
Is Oscar Isaac Frankenstein or the monster?
He is Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh, okay.
Who is the monster? I'm gonna look it up. I know Mia Goth is Elizabeth.
Okay.
By the way, thank you for the tip on the mouth. That has actually fixed a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. I need to do the eye again.
I'm looking at.
I don't even know. Oh, that's Richter's leg.
Yeah, that's Richter's leg. There we go.
Jacob Elordi is the monster, I believe.
No idea who that is.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac is Victor Frankenstein. Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein's monster. He was in Saltburn, the horror movie Saltburn.
Never heard of that one.
That was the supervillain thing, wasn't it?
No, you're thinking Brightburn. Brightburn.
Oh, I am thinking Brightburn.
Saltburn was kind of a psychological black comedy thriller film about this guy who makes friends with a very rich kid. And then he goes to the kid's estate and he realizes, oh, okay, this is weird. But it looks like Christoph Waltz is going to be in it.
Ooh, that's always a plus. He is a very good weird dude.
Lars Mikkelsen will be in it.
Lars Mikkelsen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Mads Mikkelsen. Actually,
I was immediately thinking of Mads. Yeah.
Oh, it's his brother.
It's another perpetual children.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The thing that drives me crazy though is apparently it's just going straight to Netflix, and I'm like, no, this needs to be on the big screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I have thoughts on streaming now.
I think we all have thoughts on streaming.
Yeah. No. Maybe it's just because I've been like yar-harring on the 7 Seas, but no, I have a lot of thoughts about streaming now.
What was I gonna say?
But also, there was somebody who was next to me at DC Zine Fest who I love the zine that they had at their table. Because, and I actually picked up a copy where they were like, why DVDs are awesome, parentheses, and why streaming is the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, I just like collecting DVDs and
Yes.
I've increasingly been moving back to it. Because while it's convenient being able to stream everything, there's so many interesting arguments about media loss as a result of what happens basically if some streaming studio decides they no longer want people to have access to something.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're having private corporations control who archives our media, and that's not going to have detrimental affectations on culture as a whole.
Yeah, exactly. The argument I've seen it with most often is PT.
Yes! Oh my god. I'm so mad that I'm not ever going to have a chance to play that game. Because that's
PT!
That's one horror game that I'm like, now that I know it exists, I want to play it, but I will never have the chance to play it.
Yeah, I actually was lucky enough I did get to play it, and it is definitely a moment in time. It is fascinating. But it's now basically impossible to get access to because it got dropped from the PlayStation Store.
Yep.
It's the other reason I'm a little skeptical about any of the modern...
archiving is important.
Yeah. It's also why I'm a little skeptical about the modern Silent Hill games. Because they were made by Konami, who's been doing everything possible to alienate players for a little while.
Yeah. See, I feel bad because when it comes to Silent Hill, I don't have, apart from PT, I don't have any of that like context. But I do want to look into it more because I don't know, I want to be cautious of that. Like if they're treating their artists badly, then I'm like, I don't know if I want to support that.
Right.
Yeah. It's tough because like there are so many, most of the big publishers, they're doing something shady.
Yeah.
It's gonna be happening. So it's a question of degrees. Konami in particular, they had a big thing where the reason they killed PT is because they were thinking about getting out of video games entirely because they were banking on laws in Japan changing to allow. They basically wanted to go all in on pachinko machines.
Yep.
That's.
I know it sounds wild, but that was what they were planning on doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that was the thing.
It makes sense because there's this one visual novel series that had an infamously bad anime adaptation, and a lot of the good animated cutscenes were only on pachinko machines.
Yeah.
And you can find them on YouTube, but it's still like, it sucks.
Yeah. It's one of those things that it's kind of hard to understand as a Westerner because we don't have the pachinko thing at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pachinko's a huge business in Japan. And they were really banking on it completely taking off when some laws changed, which my understanding is they didn't.
This sounds a little bit like people banking on like this is not a perfect like equal thing here, but it sounds a lot like people banking on crypto taking off.
Yeah. Now the thing with I don't know, I'd followed a lot of what they were doing with I'm in the wrong layer. That's why it's not working.
Oops.
I'd followed a lot of what was happening there with, because of what was happening with Kojima's games.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy who he's left. So
he was involved with PT. Yeah.
Yeah. He made, and that's big. Him leaving was a big part of why it died. They made then they also made that horrible like abomination of a Metal Gear game.
Death Stranding or
No, I'm talking about Metal Gear Survive. Do you know about this one?
nope.
Okay, so before leaving, Hideo Kojima made Metal Gear Solid 5, which gameplay-wise, a lot of people consider the best in the series. It's had its own engine, the Fox engine. It was really beautiful and just really cool game. Then he leaves. And they're like, well, we got to get a little bit more leg out of this engine now that he's gone. So we're just going to make a zombie survival game set in the Metal Gear universe without Kojima helming it.
Oh.
You haven't heard of it. That's good. Everything I've heard is that it's just an absolute train wreck of a game.
I mean, with a pitch like that, it's like no wonder.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I wonder what Kojima's up to nowadays.
Death Stranding 2's coming out soon.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah. And I'm so here for it.
You know what's funny? That I just found out? Norman Reedus is in the music video for Lady Gaga's Judas.
You told me this. He plays Judas, right?
Yep.
Why do I know the name Norman Reedus? What else has he been in?
His big thing is The Walking Dead.
Okay, got that guy. Got it.
I know him from the Boondock Saints, but
yeah, my introduction was Walking Dead because apparently he was written exclusively for the TV show, and now he's getting his own spin-off show.
Gotcha.
From my understanding, he's very popular on the show.
Also, fun fact, Ben, did you know that the original voice of Stryker in Hell of a Boss was Norman Reedus?
Yes, that did come up at one point, and I sent you the gif of him being pulled away in the chair.
Yes.
I believe you mean a yeef.
A yeef.
A yeef. That's correct. All right, I think I'm done.
Yes.
Nice. I like it.
Yay.
I like it a lot.
Just need to
We ended up not talking a whole bunch about Paranormasight.
We talked about a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, yes.
I figured we might get some questions in the chat or something, but you know what? We answered all the questions.
Yeah.
We did everything.
Yeah. Honestly, like, just rewatch the playthroughs. They're a fun time.
It's true, and it's not like I won't be reposting those with a link to the playlist in the bottom.
Exactly.
So I got no time to do this, but I would love to one day go back and like animate some of the clips.
That would be great. Like, just get some animatics going.
Like,
yeah,
no promises, but I would love to animate some of the clips because I just have this image of like anytime we break character, it cuts to us and we have hand puppets of the characters.
Yes! Oh my god. You know what? Clue me in on that. I would love to work with you on that.
Actually, here's a question.
Yeah.
Do we know anyone who can make hand puppets?
I kinda can. I've done puppetry before.
Because that's another way we could do it a lot quicker.
Oh my god. Shoot like IRL with hand puppets.
Yeah. You know what? I could send you examples because I actually know a YouTube channel that did this for a while. It's Tales from the Stinking Dragon, I think.
Okay.
If I got that wrong, I'll post the correct name in the thing. But they do shorts from their D&D podcast, and for a while they were doing them with puppets.
Oh my god,
and it's great.
I love it.
Specifically, like, I was picturing the puppets from the very short-lived Avatar puppet recaps.
Oh my god. That sounds delightful. Like, Avatar Last Airbender or Avatar Blue People?
Avatar Last Airbender. Yes, I found it. I'm posting a link in the chat. It's Avatar the Last Puppet Bender.
Oh my god.
Avatar the Last Puppet Bender.
I'm gonna have to forward this to Kai if they don't know about this already, because, like, Avatar is their fandom. They have written so much fan fiction about this thing.
You posted the Silent Hill thing.
That was in
No, in the group chat, you just posted it too.
Okay, let me fix that.
All good.
Okay.
I did know about those Silent Hills. I've seen the trailers. Honestly, the other problem is there's been a lot of bad Silent Hill.
That's
like
fair.
besides the new stuff coming out.
That's what I've heard too.
A lot of people say that it really peaked with Silent Hill 2, which is a rough thing to say when there have been like 6.
My big thing is I'm willing to give this one a try because, like, and I know I say this a lot. I swear to God, this is not me being like, we need to play this next. We need to play this next. Wait a minute, this is a repost. It's not the original. Well, damn it. I gotta find it. Anyways, what I was gonna say, Ryukishi is a masterful writer. Like, it blows my mind how good he is with his writing.
Yeah, and I'm definitely curious about it at the very least. Because when Silent Hill is good, it is very psychological. It is very smart. I mean, we talked a little bit about the Pyramid Head stuff in Silent Hill 2. It's hard to see if that's as far as you got into it, because I know that happens early in the game. There's a psychological reason that, like, every single thing is happening in that game. Like, most of the monsters in that are representations of the main character's deep-seated traumas.
Yes.
And that was a big deal at the time. Like, a lot of games hadn't been doing that kind of thing yet. Honestly, others have probably done it better since, but, you know, you gotta respect the early guys.
Yeah.
I just remember, I remember at, like, one of the first Yomicons I went to, there was a cosplay competition, and the winner was a little boy dressed up as Aang. But one of the second place winners was a guy cosplaying Pyramid Head.
Oh my god.
And it was really cute because at the end of the competition, Aang walked up to Pyramid Head and, like, this little boy was, like, no higher than, like, your thigh. He walks up to Pyramid Head, like, gestures for him to bend down, and he wanted to give him a hug.
Oh.
So there were all these photos of like Pyramid Head giving Aang a hug from Yomocon, and it was just like, that's wholesome. Like, that's cute.
That's adorable. Also, I could see that being kind of in character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the time that when I cosplayed Envy at Yomocon, a little girl ran up to me in her Miku cosplay and was like, "You're my favorite," and I'm like, "You're 9." I think.
Oh my god.
I had concerns, but I was just like, you know what? I can't judge.
You know, that has the same vibe as Liam O'Brien at a panel being asked by a 4-year-old, "What's your favorite monster?" And he asks her back, "What's your favorite monster?" And she goes, "The Kraken." Specifically D&D monsters.
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah.
See, my first thought, I actually had a cost pain script written that I got talked out of doing because there's too many potential ramifications.
Okay.
But
Dish.
it was the concept was MP got approached by a small child who liked her cosplay, and at some point when they'd ask what if there's something that it's like the kids asking what they've been playing lately, and they mention a game and it's a porn game.
Well, that's like,
May or may not be inspired by people I know who cosplayed from Honey Pop.
oh my
no.
god. Well, like you were there at Akron Comic Con when that one guy was like, "Hey, I've heard Hazbin Hotel is really good. Can I watch it with my granddaughter?" And I'm like, "Well, how old is your granddaughter?" "She's 5." And I'm like, "Absolutely not."
Yeah, I kind of remember that conversation. Yes.
Like, I was just like, "No, absolutely not."
Yep.
That is not a show that they need to be watching at that point in their life.
Yeah, it is funny because, like, shortly after, I think I sent a message about this when it happened. Shortly after I finished watching Hazbin Hotel, I went and hung out with Ian for a bit. And it was funny because I had Loser Baby stuck in my head, but I was always also hanging around his 9 and 4-year-old.
Oh, no.
And I was just like, oh no, don't sing any of it. I think I sent you guys a message where it's like, okay, I think I got out. Next day, Ian contacts me. "Hey, why is my daughter calling people a coked up dick sucking hoe?" And I'm like, public school. It'd be great. Okay, I'm not liking this.
Oh, who this?
Well,
we'll never know.
I got a commission request during the course of this thing, and I'm trying to figure out what the pose is going to be.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations on the commission request. Who are we drawing?
The commission came from Chloe.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what other dances would have been popular.
Honestly, like if we're talking about that era of Japan, Hustle is going to be the big one.
Oh, dude, the hustle.
Yeah.
Do the hustle.
do. Oh.
I was just going to do a Latin dance though, or like I'm just going to have them in basic dance pose is what I was thinking. If we wanted to do moves, I could. Oh, and Mio's leading. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
She went undercover once. Doing dances.
No, that's... I make Mio very square.
Well,
I'm doing this all without reference, so...
Oh, speaking of that, I should look up when the Paranormasight manga... Because there was a recent update. They have an official synopsis.
Ooh.
Let me pull that up. Paranormasight. Wow, phone. That's not even remotely close to how I was spelling.
I mostly just like the idea of Yako looking down at the hand on her back. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
That is cute.
This is how we stand. I made Mio so short.
I mean, she is short.
She
is short.
She's a little pocket psychic.
This is probably size accurate.
She's a small medium at large.
Yes, she is. There was
Yes.
No, there's actually a dancer from long time ago, Lindy Hop guy from I think the 20s. His name was Shorty George.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, no, he was a lead, and he was like just over 5 feet.
Oh,
there is amazing footage of him dancing with a woman who was kind of had the opposite problem. She was a follow. I think she was called Big B because she was 6 feet, and then she would wear heels. Like, she was so tall.
Oh,
and
man.
There's video footage of them dancing, and it's amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta write this down. Hold on a second. Let me get my little notepad.
While you're doing that, I pulled up the summary of the manga, the details that we know so far.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the official title is roughly translated to Paranormasight File 25.
Ooh.
We've got cover artwork with a new character and Mio and the storyteller.
Wait a second. File 25?
Yep.
Wasn't that the name of the last file that got unlocked when we finished the game?
That was 23.
I think so.
That was 23.
Okay.
So we're still missing 24.
Okay.
But according to this, a few days after the events of the game, the body of an elderly woman is discovered in the Sumida River, prompting an investigation determining the death to be accidental. In the meantime, private high school student Nino Sakuramiya begins noticing bizarre events around her after her classmate's grandmother fell into the river. Then, once she finds herself entangled in these happenings, the returning character Mio Kurosuzu appears, claiming to have it all under control.
Oh.
Sounds pretty great.
I got
It
this.
was File 23 in the book. File 25 was the Sumida River.
Oh.
That makes
I just
sense.
booted up the game to check.
So based on the artwork that I'm seeing for the manga so far, it looks like Mio is still going to the same high school as Yako.
Oh,
I
good.
would
They're
hope
still
so.
girlfriends.
Yes. But the other girl has a different uniform.
Ooh. Rival
Now I'm
schools.
trying to-
Rival schools. Rival schools.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to think of what would be a good hustle pose for the two of them.
Okay, I'm watching this video of this dance, and the height difference is so good.
Isn't it great?
It's so scrumptious, and I need to draw Angel and Husk.
I used this as reference for Angel and Husk during that dance thing. No kidding. No, like towards the end of the video, there's a shot where he does some underarm turns and he actually jumps. I paused right there and used that for some of the reference because
Oh my god.
yeah,
That's amazing.
Amazing.
yeah.
God, I can't wait. I cannot wait for July now. I'm gonna
But
be,
yeah,
I'm gonna be like
Sorry.
clinging to my computer like updates, please.
all right. Now I'm going through.
Oh,
hustle
I'm
moves in
watching.
my
I'm
head.
watching it now, and I'm just like, whoa.
They go so
What a-
fast.
They
Oh
do.
yeah, like this is Lindy Hop, and Lindy Hop is a fast dance.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny because one of the things that we were taught a lot doing competitive ballroom was the ideal height difference between a lead and follow, which is not this.
Yeah.
No, like they always say, like for competitive partners, you're looking for someone like you want the lead to be between a head to half a head taller than the follow. Like that's sort of the comfy spot. But one of the things, especially dancing in places where they're kind of taking gender out of the equation and things like that,
Yeah.
is also like, okay, you're a lead who's significantly shorter than your follow. Here are the steps you can do to make life easier for both of you.
I'm glad that they're recognizing that.
Yeah. I also did. I almost did hustle stuff for Richter and Haraway because she. I mean, look at Richter. He's dressed to do the hustle.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh yeah, he is. Honestly, he's danced to do freaking disco.
Yeah, which is basically what hustle is.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. And around that era in Japan is when Japan had their big disco craze.
Gotcha. See, here's my thing. I love dance. I know next to nothing about the technical aspects of dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I love to watch it, and I will groove if there's a bop playing, but, like, do I know how to do the Lindy Hop? No.
I mean, if you know how to do the Lindy Hop, that's honestly impressive. It's one of the dances that's not taught nearly as much anymore.
Yeah, which is...
Honestly, you guys ever want to learn this stuff when I'm around, I will teach it.
I will put a pin in that, and I will make a note of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're going to be visiting for HUCAF, so...
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to see both of you. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
And Chloe's not here, but we're going to make her dance too.
Yes. Looking forward to that.
We scheme.
We scheme.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm having trouble figuring out what this pose is going to be. I think it's because most of the time I try to figure this out, I actually stand up and start doing the dances to figure out what I'm going to draw.
You know what, though? That's fair.
Yeah. No, we've all done that. We've all done what's this crazy pose? How's it work?
Yeah. I do that a lot with, like, hands. Because sometimes I'll need to draw, like, a particular hand pose, and I'm like, how the frick does that work?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
It's doing the actual, like, physical position with your body when you're trying to figure out how to draw it.
Yep.
So, embarrassing story. One time I was trying to draw some shipping art.
Uh-huh.
And I got my then, at the time, roommate and one of my other friends to do the pose. It wasn't anything explicit.
Okay.
But it was definitely something that I'm like, I should not have asked them that. Well, to be fair, they volunteered. They're like, we'll do the pose for you. And I'm like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. And they're like, we're doing it.
It's literally a scene from Genshiken. I love it.
It was specifically for a Full Metal Alchemist art piece.
I was about to say, this sounds like when the Full Metal Alchemist brain rot was happening.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I am picturing the ship.
Oh, you mean my Roman Empire?
Yes.
So fun story. My one roommate at SCAD, I had a couple different roommates in my townhouse because as people would graduate and move out, then other people would move in because they would try to match you with other students. Mm-hmm. She had never seen anime and she wanted to watch Full Metal Alchemist. So I lent her my DVDs and I would come home and she'd be watching it. Mm-hmm. And I remember she was just like, I go, oh, who are your favorite characters? And she goes, oh man, I really love like these characters and I love this couple. Like, who's your favorite couple? And I looked like I was having like a Nom flashback. So I said Ed and Winry.
Yep.
You know, like a liar.
Like a liar.
No, I do prefer Ed and Winry now to the other ship. The other ship is more like for crack and giggles.
Oh, for sure. Like, I love me a crack and giggles ship.
Yeah.
Love me one of those.
But I appreciate the canon ships because they're so good. They're so good.
Yeah, especially with Full Metal Alchemist. Honestly, FMA, particularly Brotherhood, I think pretty good anime to introduce people with if they've never seen anime.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. That and maybe this is just me, but Cowboy Bebop or Trigun are also good alternate picks for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah. Because those have, like, some Western aesthetics to them, so they're not, like, completely alien, but it is still anime.
Yeah. That was sort of my thinking when I tried to introduce one of my classmates at CCS to anime who'd never really gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to show him Tokyo Godfathers.
Oh, that's so
Tokyo
good.
Godfathers is so good.
He didn't like it.
We're not
Right?
I hope you're not friends with him anymore.
He said it was too unrealistic for him. He couldn't suspend his disbelief. I'm like, we can't show you anime.
Yeah.
Well, that's like the person, like, one of my best friends in high school was like, I don't like Ratatouille because I can't suspend my disbelief that the rat can cook. And I'm just like...
You weren't a lot of fun as a kid, were you?
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it's funny. I'm not going to say who this is to defend their honor. I will say this guy, awesome guy, has a lot of great opinions that happen to be the exact opposite of my opinions.
It's
like,
not Rainer, is it?
No, it's not. Oh, no. Absolutely not.
It was Rainer.
No, if Rainer didn't like Tokyo Godfathers, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had to talk about it, but I know he's seen it because he's seen everything.
Yeah. I was about to say, this man has seen the entire internet. I would not be surprised if he'd seen Tokyo Godfathers at some point.
I'm gonna have to link to you guys, because I follow this one streamer that I just recently discovered. They had a great video analysis on Perfect Blue.
Ooh.
Specifically focusing on not just the themes of parasocialism, but the abstract horror of being perceived.
Ooh.
And it was really eye-opening. I was like, I like this a lot better now.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to give that a watch. I also have been meaning to watch Perfect Blue. Anyway,
I am kind of. I'm just gonna say I am kind of interested in anything that talks about parasocialism now. After playing Parasocial, because it's got me thinking about it a lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. But I have an anime recommendation, and I want y'all to hear me out on this.
Okay.
Have either of you ever seen Golden Boy?
I have not.
How do you like my swimming?
Yes! I love this anime.
I'm
much
sending
now.
the clip in the chat. I'm sending the clip in the chat.
So much. Also, the English dub, surprisingly good.
It's so funny.
I love this.
Every time we go back into the chat, I just see the. I'm watching it now.
I just see the thumbnail, and it just makes me so happy.
Oh my god. Can you put it on stream or will you get claimed?
I could probably put it on stream and just cut it out later. You know what? I'm gonna do that.
Please. Oh my god, if you can find a way to do that, please.
I'm choking.
Alright.
Give yourself a little break from making art. Save your progress. But yeah. Oh, we just need to have a little aside so that we can watch this.
Yep, that was worth it. That was worth threatening monetization. Also, me swimming.
Holy shit.
Just the thing you need to know. The entire anime is like this.
They spent so long animating that. That was so much work.
I love that the top comment is, I love how he still maintains forward momentum while standing and choking.
It's so good.
Buddy, that wasn't swimming, that was drowning.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love it.
Oh my god.
Yes. Oh, the whole anime is basically like that. Oh my god. Yeah, no, we gotta watch that. We gotta watch that. Oh man.
I think it's so funny. Oh, you know what's even funnier?
Huh.
There's a video, like, I'm scrolling down trying to see if I can find any more Golden Boy videos. There's an interview with Michael Phelps, and they call him the Golden Boy.
That's funny.
Oh
That
my
is funny.
god.
He's like, so how's my swimming?
It would be very funny if Michael Phelps did that whole bit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would cry.
Oh my
I would just
God,
straight
yes.
up cry.
Yeah.
All right. I think this would probably be the pose I'd do. That'd be fun.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah. It's a wind-up move before a, 1.5 turn. So a lot of turning in a very short amount of time. So I like the idea that it's like, Yako's like, what are you doing? Oh, this is fun. And Mio's like, I'm about to rock your fucking world.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna get so dizzy.
Speaking of rocking worlds,
Yes.
so since playing Paranormasight, I've been trying to catch up on other video games.
Yeah.
I am getting caught up with Zenless Zone Zero. And
Of course.
I'm almost done with chapter 3, where you are introduced to Victoria Housekeeping.
Wait.
Boy!
Wait, her name is Victoria Housekeeping?
Oh, no. So Victorian Housekeeping is the name of one of the factions.
Oh! I thought this was the name of a person.
No.
No, it's a faction that Von Lycan works for.
Yes.
Okay, this makes more sense. Please continue.
So yeah, chapter 3 is all about Victorian housekeeping, and my god, my god, I am not a furry.
Are you sure about that?
No, I admit I'm the other thing. I'm the monster.
You're the monster fucker?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The funny thing is, Victoria Housekeeping, all the characters are based on horror movie tropes.
Yeah.
So, Von Lycan is a werewolf.
Yeah.
Ellen, the shark girl, is based on shark movies and creature features.
Yeah.
The little girl, Corin, she is based on Frankenstein's monsters, and Rena is based on ghost stories.
Ghost stories or ghost stories?
Either or.
Okay.
Touch.
Okay.
Touch me harder. That might be my. I think the she's all right now bit was the funniest unintentional joke, but the end stream, I'm like, I need to work that in. Like, I want the hello flame of the ever-burning lantern to be replaced with "Touch me, Shogo."
Yeah.
But also, Billy the Kid definitely endeared himself to me a lot more in this last chapter.
Oh, is that the guy with the silver hair?
Yeah, he kind of looks like Cyborg Vash the Stampede.
He kind of does. Yes, I know this character you're talking about.
He's really
But
cute.
Vash is already a cyborg.
No, not really. He's got implants. Not quite the same thing.
No, Billy's just straight up a cyborg. It's so funny because basically, minor spoilers for the plot of Zenless. Everything in chapter 3 ties directly into chapter 1.
Okay.
Which, for a gacha game, reminder that chapter 1 of Zenless Zone Zero is literally about you uncovering a plan to demolish a low-income neighborhood with all the people inside to make room for a major construction project, and you have to expose it.
Totally not a commentary on what's going
Well,
on.
good
in
thing this
China.
isn't based on real life.
Yeah. Totally not a commentary on what's literally happening anywhere.
Yeah. So chapter 3 is the immediate follow-up. So the reason why you team up with Victorian housekeeping is because the characters from chapter 1 are going to court. And it's funny because they're rushing to get to the airship, and Billy is like, they're like, Billy, how are you not out of breath? And he's like, oh, I turned off my air filters so I could run faster. He forgets how to turn on his air filters, and then what winds up happening is hackers attack the airship and put everybody to sleep. Because Billy can't breathe, he's the only one on the ship that can't fall asleep. And he's like, help, 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 I cannot drive, I do not know how to drive, help, help. At this point in time, you figured out like everything that's happened in the plot, and for this chapter specifically, and you rush to the top of this building because you have to try and keep the airship from crashing into the hollow, which would basically kill everybody. My man Von Lycon is like, is the pilot awake? And Billy's like, no, he's asleep. And Von Lycon's like, okay, I'll get to the airship, I will steer it out, I will steer it to safety. And you're like, how is he gonna get there? My man went feral, scaled the entire length of a building, and landed on the ship. And I was just like, mouth agape.
Okay. Yeah, that was the clip that you showed us at Rathacon, I think.
Oh, where he just scales the building like it's nothing. Goes full wolf mode.
Yeah, full wolf mode, scales up the building, leaps into the air, and Billy the Kid is like, I got you! And that's when the clip ends.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's that one.
Like, oh, so good. That entire chapter has some grade A cutscenes.
Ooh.
But that moment was like, I need you to calm down. I can't handle this.
Yeah.
Oh, and here comes Tackle once again to tell me
You're like, I'm getting whiplash when I do Paranormasight streams. No.
Oh, goodness.
Speaking of games we're playing right now, I've recently become lost for the next couple months to Metaphor ReFantazio.
Oh, I know this game.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, no, like, I know this game, have not played it. Super Butterbuns talked about it in a video. Which,
Yeah, it is basic.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, it's basically, you take Persona, but you actually set it in like a JRPG fantasy world instead of the real world.
Yes.
Is the best way I can describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is also, the art style is based on Hieronymus Bosch.
Yes.
Ooh.
The monsters are wild looking.
Yes, they are. I love the monster designs. They are so fucked.
If I had a nickel for every time a video game or an animated series drew influences from Hieronymus Bosch, I'd have 3 nickels.
Which is not a lot, but that's weird that it's happened 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're talking about 1. What are the other 2?
Sorry, I was just checking the audio on something. Hazbin Hotel definitely draws on Bosch.
Oh, okay.
ReFantazio apparently draws inspiration from it.
Mm-hmm.
Gaslight District.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Although those, I might be conflating Bosch with Dante's Inferno.
I was about to say, Dante's Inferno and Hieronymus Bosch pull from the same thematic. No, Bosch was the painter. Dante was the writer, the poet, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm dropping in chat one of the very early monster bosses you run into.
Okay.
What the shit is that?
Oh, yes, it's that game.
Oh, fighting it's wild.
Yep, it's that game. I was thinking this was the game I was thinking about, and this confirmed it.
Yep.
Yeah, all of the monster designs are like this.
And I believe this is the original image. This is the Hieronymus Bosch thing it's based on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's based on that.
Yeah, like, it's funny because the Persona games were like, oh yeah, we're taking concepts from Jungian psychology and taking them in a very different direction, and also bringing all this random myth stuff. And this time they're like, we're just gonna do Bosch.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be Bosch and crazy.
Yep. Basically.
I do need to share to you guys there are 2 character designs that make me extremely happy. One of them, as soon as I saw it, it's like, okay, this is probably going to be my favorite character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the character designs in this game slap.
Yeah, no, like really, really solid.
And I don't say that super duper often about like Japanese RPGs. I'll be honest.
Yeah, they can be hit or miss, but
yeah.
I mean, this is the guy who was one of the chief artists on Persona 3, I think. So he's got game.
Okay. I love this guy's facial hair.
He has great facial hair. He has great everything.
He does have great everything. The facial hair in particular is like, okay, that's... Yeah.
Another of my favorite character designs.
I really like that one. Okay, I had seen some like dialogue scenes with this particular character, and I was like, I like this design.
It's true. By the way, I'm also listening to it with the English voices, and I think I recognized one name in the entire cast, and it's a very good dub. I'm enjoying it a lot so far.
Ooh, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of who's in it is going to be up and comers in the next few years.
Okay.
Yeah.
That bodes well.
That's in part a guess because I know, well, that's what happened with the Persona games. Like, a lot of the people who were in the early ones later became big. Mm-hmm. And now they're bringing in new people again because they don't want to pay the rates of the old people.
Oh, the bunny! Yeah, I've seen that rabbit guy.
He's a bat, actually, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, now that you say that, it looks more bat-like.
I actually, for a while, was designing bat folk for D&D. And so seeing this guy made me really happy. Huh. Why are these images relevant, Chloe? Chloe just dropped in chat Von Lycan saying, since we've been invited to dance, I suppose we should oblige.
Yep.
He is stupidly charming. Like, okay. It's actually really cute because, so when your character is a hacker who enters the battle zones using a robot bunny.
Okay.
And it's actually really cute because everybody treats the robot like it's a person.
Aww.
And it's actually really sweet because at one point, the werewolf guy says to you, like, if you get tired, I can carry you. And Belle, the female character, is like, really? And her brother's like, hey, focus.
Yeah. Adorable.
Also, what's with that gif? Thank you.
It just needed to cool you off for a second. Anyway. It's like, no, stop it. Now I'm thinking about what I would draw Von Lycan dancing. My first thought is Foxtrot, because that's funny.
Interestingly enough, his battle style is actually based on capoeira.
Nice.
I was thinking about the fact, like, how to incorporate kicks, but specifically capoeira. Interesting.
Yes.
It'd be funny seeing someone else try to dance with him. Does he have theme music?
He does. I will link it to you.
That's the other good way to check.
I responded way too quickly.
Nonsense.
So they recently announced a bunch of Nendroids that are coming out. Guess who's getting a Nendroid?
I don't remember what an Nendroid is.
Nendroid are the chibi figurines that have interchangeable body parts and face plates.
Oh, that.
Yes. So Lycon's getting a Nendroid.
Ooh.
Astarion is getting a Nendroid.
Of course he is.
Alright, let me check out this.
The man is like 110% expressions.
Okay, I'm posting it in the chat.
Cool.
Also, pay no attention to the fact that the official art in the video is him shirtless.
I'm sure that was unintentional on your part.
It was completely unintentional. Completely.
Yes.
I could also see him doing a waltz. Because he is a very proper boy.
This would make a good tango.
Ooh, a tango would be really good.
Yeah, it's giving me tango.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. You know, we're having a great time, but I'm thinking we've been streaming for 3 hours. We should probably end the stream and just hang out.
I was about to say, we've been at this for a while.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this absolutely off the rails just hangout sesh. It was awesome. We got art done. As a reminder, we actually accomplished something. Let me show that.
Yeah, let's show off what we did.
Prints for this hopefully will be available by A2CAF in about 2 weekends. So
that's
please,
Ann Arbor Comic Arts Fest.
That's right. So if you're in the Michigan area, please consider stopping by and getting yourself a print because it'll look awesome. And we will also have copies of UFR, Less Than Secret, What the Gnomes Know, all the other comic stuff. Kelsey, where can people find you on the internet?
Oh, people can find me on the internet at kelseydcrawford.com. The link is also scrolling along the bottom of the screen. That has all of my links to my webcomics, YouTube videos, blog posts, all of that stuff. That is at kelseydcrawford.com.
And Chloe.
Hey, you can find me at a couple different locations. I am on Instagram, Pillowfort, and Blue Sky under the handle CocomomoArt. And you can also find me at Tumblr under the handle purple-pause.
And you can find me at BWHComics.com. I'm also at BWHComics on Patreon, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and Blue Sky. You can also find my Weeb Comic Cospain, a Weeb comic about cosplaying convention craziness, over at cosplayingcomic.com. So, that'll wrap things up for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, and until next time, rock on, guys, and never stop drawing.
Thank y'all so much for watching. You are awesome.
See you guys. Take care of each other, and happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Be sure to hydrate. A woo.
Oh, woo.
Bang, bang.